Welcome.
Welcome to Double Coverage.
Your weekly podcast for sports all year round.
From the college football playoffs starting in January to the winter meetings in baseball in December, we've got you covered.
Starting in
3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, welcome to Double Coverage. My name is Austin Hartsfield,
And I'm Matthew Hoffman.
and I would like to start off this podcast with a joke.
I like jokes.
Blake Bortles contract extension.
Yeah, that's pretty much a joke.
Yeah, $66 million if you include all the incentives for 3 years for a guy that, I mean, is a mechanical mess. First of all,
He even says, I don't throw naturally. Like, wait,
Yeah.
You're an NFL starting quarterback, and you straight up say, yeah, I don't throw naturally. I just throw. Like, what?
I just don't understand. What was Jacksonville thinking? Like, just throw money at Kirk Cousins.
Jacksonville went to the playoffs.
And they're like, we good.
Well, they just, I don't know. I think they don't want to rock the boat. You know, I think they went and they said we can do it again. I think they have enough faith and balls in themselves. Which, I mean,
That defense.
yeah, kudos to them for like believing in themselves and what they have. That's a different approach than you've really seen the NFL take lately, with just kind of betting on themselves.
Yeah, and just going out and grabbing the best free agent.
Yeah,
Which we can say that, but they do that every year on the defensive side of the ball.
yeah. So I don't know. I think if they have a good draft, and betting on themselves is something different, and I guess we'll see how it works out. Is the contract a joke? Yes. That is so much money.
It's $18 million a year for Blake Bortles.
Yeah. I don't know. Not really a fan of the contract, but as a fellow AFC South
We appreciate it.
opponent, we appreciate it. We always do. We thank you for it.
And we would like to thank you in advance for letting Allen Robinson go, too. So
Yeah.
that was a problem for a while. So Bortles is actually a good segue. Does the NFL have a mediocre quarterback problem?
Yes. A very mediocre.
So you have your elites, right? Now this is barring injury, no injury at all, right? Considering, it's Brady, Rodgers, and then that's it for the first tier, right?
Oh yeah.
It's Brady, Rodgers, no one else. Then you go to that second tier, you go to your Matt Ryans.
Ooh,
I love Matt Ryan.
I mean,
so.
I like Matt Ryan too. I just. Oof.
I think I would put Breeze in that first tier too, honestly.
No, with Rodgers and Brady.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I mean,
No. What?
maybe he's on the fringe of that first tier.
Breeze
then.
in his. Okay, so the thing with Drew Brees is he has an offensive-minded coach with an offensive-minded attack,
Jackass.
and they just throw the ball around a lot. You saw this year with running backs that he had a great year. I'm not saying he didn't. He had a great year. He was a Pro Bowler.
He very rarely has a bad year,
no,
too.
I mean, he's had how many 5,000-yard seasons?
He's the epitome of consistency,
Yeah,
honestly.
but I don't know. I don't know. Put it this way: like if you wanted me to, if you had a game on the line, you had to pick somebody. I think Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. But right now, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback. So when I think of, you don't agree with that?
No.
Who's the best quarterback?
Tom Brady's the best quarterback.
He's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, Tom Brady's the best quarterback. I don't have the respect for Aaron Rodgers like I probably should, just because of all the weapons.
Tom Brady is the
Brady
weapons.
turns white people into legends.
Oh, he has Brandon Cooks. He has Randy
Did
Moss.
he have Brandon Cooks in the second half of the Super Bowl?
Okay, no.
He turned.
Okay, but Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, Gronk.
Slater.
Slater's a special teams god. I don't know. Whenever I just
Danny
think,
Woodhead.
if you had to say, you have two quarterback picks, pick them. You're gonna go Brady Rodgers,
Brady
Rodgers
Brees.
Brady Rodgers, Rodgers Brees,
Brady Brees.
What?
Yeah.
You picked Drew Brees over Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, let's put Drew Brees with Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Devontae Adams, red zone legend.
But has he ever made the spectacular plays that Aaron Rodgers has? Is he as good on his feet as Aaron Rodgers is?
I mean, you could argue, honestly.
No. Anyways, okay, so let's get to the actual point. Besides these top tiers, we're not talking about the top tiers.
No, this isn't a discussion of top tier quarterbacks. We already know who those are.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the mediocre
The
ones.
mediocre.
We're not talking about Deshaun Kaiser because that's the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
You know, we're not talking about the Brian Hoyers.
Oof.
Bottom of the barrel.
Consistent though. Consistently
Consistently
poo-poo,
throwing
but
6
yeah.
interceptions in the playoffs.
It was 5 in one game.
One of us was present for it.
I was on the Titantron, yes.
Anyway, who are we considering the poster children of mediocre quarterbacks?
Okay, well.
First of all, it's the contract.
um,
Dalton's mine.
Dalton's yours, and I guess mine would be probably Alex Smith.
Serviceable.
Yeah.
That's the perfect word to describe them.
Yeah.
They move the ball, but they're not going to do anything to win you 13 games a year.
No. Now, and I guess I picked a bad one because every now and then Alex Smith will do something to wow you. I guess Alex Smith has the most things going for him of these quarterbacks.
Right.
With his legs, with his...
People forget how like coveted he was coming out. Him and Aaron Rodgers came out in the same year, and they were praising his mobility.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like I don't let it go by me because he tortures me with his legs every time he plays
Right.
us. But he doesn't do that against other teams. So it's like, again, he's smart. He knows when he can run, when he can't. He's very smart.
He's the most conservative quarterback in the NFL
Yeah,
when it comes down to it, because
which is not bad.
no, not at all.
But
he makes great decisions on the football field.
But he's not going to make the play that wins the game.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to push it down the field.
Yeah.
He tried to.
He tried to.
He tried to in the first half of this year, and all of a sudden they got the game film for the second half of the year, and everything kind of fell apart. But now the Chiefs have moved on. Now, are we gonna? So Dalton's my problem just because of the fact that he's had AJ Green, right?
Yeah.
And he still hasn't put up the spectacular year. Now, mind you, AJ Green has a problem with injuries, but he's also had Tyler Eifert.
Yeah. He has these weapons, and okay, so this is the thing with him. He has these weapons, and he still throws games for under 150 yards.
Right.
That's the thing. If you get the money you get, have been like entrenched in your role for as long as you have, and you had the weapons that you've had, I mean, out of the backfield. Well, look at his running backs that he has to throw to.
Mixon. He had Hill. He had Burkhead for a little bit.
Giovanni Bernard.
Giovanni
You
Bernard.
have these weapons, and you're still throwing for under 150 yards in some games. Like, your defense has been a top 10 defense for a while now, and you're on the field a lot, and you still can't throw. You still have games where you do that, and I'm not saying like 1 or 2 games a season. No,
it's a lot.
4 or 5. Then you know he has games where he throws for like 400 out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. But just again, mediocre to me is inconsistent and unwilling
to make the
big play. And to me, that is Andy Dalton.
That's Blake Bortles.
That is Blake Bortles. That is Alex Smith. That is who else do we name?
Now, when we bring up Blake Bortles and Alex Smith, 2 bipolar opposites in the way.
Yeah.
You know, because Blake Bortles wants to push.
Yeah.
But,
and they can both run. They're both very mobile, which for guys you wouldn't think were mobile, especially Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles is super tall. Did not actually realize that.
He's like 6'5".
He's maybe a little taller than that, but yeah, he's tall and
he's built in the Flacco mold.
Yeah,
basically.
he's like you have Brock Osweiler who's 6'8" and runs like a giraffe, very just nasty. But Blake Bortles is tall. He's very agile. So
It's also very thick too.
yeah,
Like built like a tank.
yeah. You definitely wouldn't want to get hit by him.
No.
And he doesn't. When he does slide, he slides well, but sometimes he goes for contact because he's a big, like you said, he's a bigger dude.
Well, yeah, he's been watching that dumbass in his division for the last couple of years. This is the reason why he's on the sideline right now.
Hey, he got paid for it though.
Yeah, both of them did. That's actually a good transition. Andrew Luck hypothetical, okay?
Okay.
Browns, I'm not saying that the Browns would do this. CBS Sports had like this little mock draft on there, where they put hypothetical trades up there. Mm-hmm. Cleveland Browns offer you picks 1, 4, 33, 35 for Andrew Luck. You take it, right?
If I am the Cleveland Browns, I take it or if I'm the Colts, I take that in a heartbeat and I build an entire new offense and some defensive parts, and I go out there. And
because you draft Barkley you draft Barkley number 1, you draft Chubb number 3 because we still have number 3.
Yeah.
And then you draft a quarterback number 4, mine would be Josh Allen. And then you have 3 second-round picks.
Yeah, and I mean those can all go towards the defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Build that defense up.
Malik Hooker back there.
Yeah.
You know,
Build-
re-sign Nate Hairston.
Build a young core down there. Go out this year, win 9-10 games. Come back the next year, and it's you and the Texans, depending on their health. After
Balance
that,
is restored.
Yeah, balance is restored. The Titans and the Jags, while they are better, cannot compete. And just okay, put it this way: a better Jacksonville team against a Colts team that is almost as good or as good, the Colts win that every time, specifically because they are the Colts and they are the Jaguars.
Exactly.
It is still
balance.
It is still ingrained in their head that they lose that game. The Colts win.
They lost both of these games to Jacksonville this year just simply because they were inferior. Like, that team was bad. The whole defense was hurt. Half the offense was hurt. And it's hard to function with an offense that when you don't have a real quarterback. Not saying that Jacoby Brissett's not a real quarterback. He's just not the quarterback for the system that we play in.
We got smoked in 2 games this year. Smoked. They're both the Jacksonville games. We do not lose to Jacksonville. Like, we don't lose to Jacksonville.
They shut us out 30-0 one time, and then I think they beat us 30-7 another time. It's kind of crazy. All right, Marcus Peters.
Oh, okay, so Marcus Peters is going to go to the Rams this year. He's going to shut his mouth. He's going to play excellent football. He's going to get that contract and next year, and then he's going to run that place into the ground like he did at Kansas City. He is going to talk all the mess. He is going to be I hate to say he's going to be a cancer in the locker room and everything, but you watch this year, you are not going to hear anything about it. Oh, yeah. You're not going to hear anything about his disciplinary acts.
Mm-hmm. He
ain't going to be on all the radio shows talking all that mess. He's going to keep his mouth shut. He's going to let his play speak for himself. He's going to be still take chances like he normally does, but he's not going to be out there being all flashy and stuff. He's going to assert himself as the number 1 on that team. He's going to get that money, and then he's going to do whatever he wants to do.
He's a top 5 corner already.
He's top 10. He's top 5 when he is playing smart.
I think he's top 5, definitely in man coverage.
Yeah.
Because Sherman's still number 1 in zone coverage by far, and then Patrick Peterson, I think, is still the best cornerback in the league. So.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. That's one of those that I would put up there.
Maybe I just didn't watch enough Cardinals this year.
So here's my thing with Marcus Peters. The Chiefs called the Colts, who have a very good relationship with Chris Ballard, considering that's where he's from, and he basically told him to go away. Just didn't even put an offer out there, wanted no part of him. And then they called the Bears, who Nagy's there, former Chiefs special teams guy. And he basically told him to get out. Yeah. So that just tells me that Marcus Peters isn't a good locker room guy.
Nope.
Because you don't just turn down or not offer anything for a top 5 corner in the league.
Right.
Or top 10 corner in the league.
They called the Texans, they called the Vikings, and they called the Jets, I believe, and none of those 3 even picked up the phone.
Yeah.
Because they knew what they were calling about. I think, I don't know. I mean, he's a great player. He does some amazing things on the field. And like I said, I think he's going to do the same thing everybody else does. They're going to ball out this year for their contract. And they're going to make sure that they don't get in any trouble. And then they're going to let it loose after that.
Rams organization, I applaud them, actually. Because they're going to lose Trumaine Johnson in the offseason.
Oh, yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. He's going to wind up somewhere in the AFC. Somewhere.
Yeah, and he's a top 2 free agent corner.
Oh yeah.
Him and Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
One of them is going to the Texans.
I think
it's going to be Malcolm Butler.
I think Trumaine Johnson might end up with us. Just the amount of money that we have and the ability that we can to throw at him. Especially losing Vontae Davis this year due to cutting him. We have to replace a corner.
And somebody just
Bills
picked him up.
Yeah, he just signed a contract
He's
yesterday.
slow, man. They said that they the Texans originally had contacted him, and they heard from another person that he worked out with, like another team. They said that his wheels are gone. He's just slow, and you could kind of see that.
That's what happens with surgery, though.
Yeah, and you could kind of see that even before surgery. He had lost his step, So I think sad because Vontae's a good player.
Good person. Too.
Yeah, and I think he's just gonna go from like an 8 to a 2. I don't think he's gonna gradually get worse. I think it's done for him.
Josh McDaniels is skipping the combine.
I've heard about more about Josh McDaniels in the last 4 months than in his entire career. Yeah, from his entire career. Like you said, even when he was a head coach in Denver. I'm tired of hearing about him. I don't want to see him.
You're tired of hearing about him.
I know, but I don't want to see him. I don't want to hear from him. I want to talk about football, and people are still stuck on Josh McDaniels. Get over it.
We're over it. We have a good coach. We have a good GM. We're ready to rock and roll. This is gonna be the best transition ever. Cut 4 had a tweet this week, right? It said the best quarterback in New York is a Yankee.
Yes.
Russell Wilson, of course, in spring training for the Yankees. I mean, it's just so that he can do this. He did this for the Rangers a couple times. This isn't a Tim Tebow level type thing where he could possibly make it. This is just basically him living out a dream.
Yeah. He said it was his dream to wear the pinstripes.
Yeah,
that
which makes me hate him even more.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, nope.
They not yesterday, but the day before, so that'd be Monday. He hit 5 home runs in batting practice, and he came out. Remember, he said, "This is not a publicity stunt. You this is serious and everything." And it's like, I didn't have a problem with it until he specifically said, "This is not a publicity stunt."
Yeah.
Yes, this may be your dream. You want to do this, but at this point in time in your career,
why is a guy that's not going to make the roster talking to the media?
Exactly. And why? You just were done complaining this past season about how you weren't as dedicated to this and you didn't do all you could. You're coming off multiple small injuries, minor injuries. Why are you out there
exuding yourself in another sport?
Yeah, if I'm his teammate and I'm trying to go out there and put it on the line for my team, and I see my quarterback playing baseball, and not just rec baseball, like
Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball.
95 plus mile an hour fastballs coming at your, body. Honestly, sometimes it could hit his hand. Imagine if one of those things hits his hand.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It blows my mind that this is an actual thing that's going on.
My problem is he's a player that's not going to make the roster, taking attention away from basically bringing people towards the sport that don't care about the sport in general.
Yeah. Well, to me, it's like this. Okay, so say he's in there. Say you're looking for that 25th roster spot. Mm-hmm. You're taking bats. You're taking attention away from somebody who possibly could, maybe at the end of the year you have injuries. You need to bring someone up. And you're like, oh, really wish this guy would have had some more time or we had some more looks at him. But no, our entire offseason we were focused on a football player.
People don't realize that only, I think, 40-something get to go to spring training. And you literally took away a spot for somebody that could have gone and made a living out of it.
They're the Yankees, so they can do whatever they want and get away with it.
They are the evil empire at the end of the day. Not a whole lot going on in baseball yet. We're still in spring training. We had a little snag with the JD Martinez contract, for a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, it took him a couple days to pass his physical. Scared me a little bit, but not too much. Had a little DeAndre Jordan, Josh McDaniels flashbacks a little bit.
Yeah. What would have happened in that scenario?
We just don't sign him, and he goes back into free agency. Huh. Nothing like too bad.
Because did y'all lose anybody or anything? Did y'all pass up on anybody for him?
No. One thing that we didn't talk about last week, the Eric Hosmer deal.
I saw that.
The unwinding of the Kansas City Royals.
That's a lot of money, though.
It is a lot of money, and
he's a good player. He's a really good player.
Well, here's my thing about Hosmer. Hosmer already has a ring.
Yeah.
So, what more does he have to prove?
Yeah, at this point, just go.
Yeah, exactly. But Kansas City letting Lorenzo Cain go to Milwaukee, letting Eric Hosmer go to San Diego. The only true star that they have, and might still be the best catcher in baseball, honestly, is Salvador Perez, and he's not even an offensive guy. He's a defensive guy. That franchise has just come unwound since that World Series.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about some organizations they're thinking right now in all sports. I just like the Lakers. I really don't get what the Lakers doing. I don't understand
The
it.
Isaiah Thomas deal didn't make any sense to me.
I don't understand it. And then in football, you have organizations like the I don't understand the Buccaneers, what they're doing with some of their decisions. The Raiders.
Well, they drafted the wrong quarterback,
Yeah.
obviously.
The Raiders, I don't really understand with the whole John Gruden scenario. I think eventually maybe it'll work out, but I still don't really understand the direction of their organization.
Direction of their organization is Vegas, honestly.
Yeah.
We'll see how long that lasts. It's not that it's not going to be profitable, but let's just see how that goes.
Yeah. Little asterisk tidbit. So, Yuli Gurriel.
The racist?
Anyway, so he's already suspended for the first 5 games of the seasons because of
Yeah, making
the Yu Darvish.
Darvish, yeah.
So he was already missing those 5 games. Well, the Astros have already suffered a injury to their starting lineup in Yuli, and which was supposed to just be out 4 to 6 weeks. He's now having surgery on it, and they said he should be back around May. Which is fine, because, Marwin Gonzalez is your backup. And Marwin Gonzalez is a god. He's on the last year of his contract, which there's no way there's no way we're keeping him after this. I mean, after this next season, we have...
No, you're eventually going to have to start paying people.
Everybody.
And
literally everybody.
Yeah, as much as Houstonians would like to believe, they're not the big market that they think they are when it comes to baseball.
No.
They're not willing to shell out all that money.
And so that's the general consensus of everybody. And Crane's already come out, Jim Crane, he's like, I haven't spent money in 15 years. I got money to spend, baby. And he's ready to spend it, but there's literally not enough money to pay Springer,
Everybody.
Altuve, Correa, Yuli, Marwin. I mean, you just can't do it.
The pitching staff.
And then Bregman by then will be there. Oh, the pitching staff. Yeah, this is Keuchel's last year in Houston, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. No,
he's already come out and said, I'd love to stay in Houston, but let's just be honest. Veteran pitching is sought after, and someone's going to pay me. Someone's going to pay me more than I can get paid here.
They're going to be wearing pinstripes, too.
Yeah. And
he's going to wind up a Yankee.
But back to the Yuli situation, Giancarlo Stanton had the exact same injury that Yuli had a few years ago when he was in Miami. And this was, just like a 2-month injury come back, and it ended his season.
Yeah.
So
And he's Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah. So kind of worries me a little bit, mainly just because I like seeing his hair and I like his attitude and his spark. He's a good player, but we have enough players around him to make up for him.
He's one of the most hated players in baseball.
Oh, and I love him, dude. I love him. He looks like a little troll doll. And that's what he did to Yuli. He trolled him. That's what he did to you. He trolled him. But that's my Astros tidbit. They've won every game so far for training except for one. They lost 11-0 or 8-0 or something like that. So
Ben and I were talking about it last night. Undefeated in spring training. Awesome. That does mean shit. No more baseball, really. So
Not too much.
Go to basketball?
Yes.
How many games
it.
are your Rockets at? How many games are the Rockets at?
In consecutive wins, 13 as of last night. Oof.
Mavs dumbass won a game.
Yeah, right.
Cost them 6 spots in the standings.
Yeah.
I watched it. They swept the Pacers for the season series.
Really?
Yeah. How does that happen?
Victor Oladipo didn't dunk on him? Not
Man.
enough.
It was so crazy. I saw it. I was like, why are they doing this to me?
Yeah.
But it's because Dirk won't allow them to lose. But the problem is he's too old to not allow them to lose.
As we speak, I just look. Houston lost today. So they lost to the Twins. So that total now goes to 2.
And it's
So
gone.
that forget everything I just said. We're going to be trashed this year, and we're not winning 20 games. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so Houston has a game tonight against the Clippers. If they win, and they were undefeated in the month of February.
Dang.
Which is nice. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it is the shortest month. But
yeah. But still, it's pretty cool. I mean, not
Yeah.
a lot of teams get to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're only talking about like an extra 3 days.
Yeah. And we were, I was talking to one of my friends from back home. We're sitting there, and it's like, the Rockets are most likely with like 22 games left, I think, in the season,
Mm-hmm.
are going to be the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Okay, like they're most likely going to be the number 1 seed, and even if they're not. Even if they're the number 2 seed, do we what do they still have to do this season? And is there even any tests that they can actually accomplish through the rest of this regular season to make people believe that they can beat the Warriors?
No.
So there's nothing left that they can do. I mean, because if you look at the people that they still have left on the schedule, they're gonna win every game by
Play the Mavs twice.
they're gonna win every game by at least 10 points. Barring
I need them to win more than that.
But you know what I'm saying. So what you're looking at is like I don't see anything left for them to do in the regular season that can make me think, oh, they're in it. That they actually will, no joke, hands down, beat the Warriors. Do I think they could beat the Warriors? Yeah. I want them to. I think they can. But I can't just say, yep, they're going to do it. Like, hands down, it's not even going to be a contest.
Just one more thing. Yesterday was my favorite NBA prospect's birthday, so happy birthday, Luka Doncic.
Oh, my gosh.
Hopeful future Maverick. Well, happy 19th birthday, bud.
19.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life?
I don't know.
I'm about to turn 22 in 2 weeks.
I'm 21, and all I do is drink with it.
This guy's about to make millions of dollars dribbling a basketball.
They don't even have to dribble, he just has to shoot.
You're right. Catch, shoot, catch, shoot, catch, shoot.
Speaking of actual basketball, Kawhi Leonard saga is now almost over.
Is it, though?
No, it's not.
It'll never.
It's such... Ugh. That's how I feel about that city.
I think as long as he's still with the Spurs now, he's going to have a gray cloud over his head. Not necessarily in a negative way or a positive way, just I think there's going to be uncertainty, question.
Are they telling the truth? Are they telling each other the truth?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. That organization is slowly unwinding.
Is it, though?
No, it's not.
It's not. It's never unwinding.
No, they're like the bad guys in a movie where they think they're like Eric Killmonger. They think they're right, but they're wrong.
Again, are they though? Like, I always see them. I'm like, it doesn't matter how bad their team looks on paper or how many people are out. They still compete, and they still. And yes, it's Popovich. He's the greatest and everything, but it's just like, ugh. I hate their colors.
They're dull.
I hate what they represent. I've
Oh.
never been really a fan. Like, Tim Duncan, one of the greatest players of all time. I'm not really a fan of Tim Duncan.
No.
He
I
didn't
always
do anything
resented Duncan.
Yeah. Tony Parker, again, I think he was a above average point guard on a good team.
No, here's my thing. Okay, so Tony Parker, right?
Yeah.
Utmost respect for Tony Parker. Tony Parker was the only Spur growing up that I wish that I had on my team. That was because the absence of good point guards for the Dallas Mavericks, though. So, I didn't have a good point guard in between Steve Nash and Jason Kidd 2.0 later. I had Devin Harris for a long time. I had Rodrigue Beaubois, who I loved. So I can't really say anything about that, but I watched...
Was Berea before Jason Kidd 2.0 or after or during?
They were during, yeah. He was during the championship run, basically.
Yeah.
But...
Getting clothesline for cash.
Yeah. Thanks, Bynum.
But...
Like...
I don't know. Just to me, Spurs... I'm
sick of them.
Yeah.
Just
I
go
wish you could
away.
expansion draft them and take them out and
Yeah.
put a new one in.
Ready for Ginobili to retire. Once Ginobili retires, they will be much more likable.
See, and he's the one of those guys that I like.
No.
Just because he's goofy. He's goofy and he's obnoxious. I like it.
Kawhi is the only one of them that I like besides Danny Green, and Danny Green went to North Carolina, so that's the only reason I like Danny Green.
I feel like Danny Green's really old.
Yeah.
I feel like he's older than
He
you
was
think.
on the 2008 National Championship team.
Oh.
Tyler Hansbrough, Wayne Ellington.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like when he plays,
Ty Lawson, too.
he looks younger. But then when you actually sit and look at him, you're like, dude, what have you seen? What have you been through?
Yeah. Remember, he was the hero in 2013.
Yeah, I like Kyle Anderson. That's the name, right? Kyle Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray's really good.
Yeah. Dijon.
I thought DeJounte Murray would be good for a while, though, so nothing's really changed with that. They're just people in San Antonio are just now realizing what the kid can do, and now he's just recovering from a high ankle sprain. So
Isn't that something? When you're not even a fan of a team, but you can spot out.
you can recognize it, yeah.
Recognize their talents. Or even when you on your own teams, when you recognize talents and then like it seems like the team doesn't utilize them.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, my Akeem Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Akeem Hunt. And he's making plays for the Kansas City Chiefs now. It's like
Yeah.
you let that go. You were looking for a speed guy all year. You had one, you cut him. Now what?
Or you realize that somebody on your team is trash, and you realize that they utilize them way too much, and you don't understand Philip Dorsett. Trash. Now he's trash in New England.
Jonathan Grimes.
Yeah.
What I take that back because I think whenever they used Jonathan Grimes a lot, he wasn't effective, and then when they just brought him in every now and then, he boom pop. So I think, yeah, they used him too much basically. Yeah, they didn't use him in the right situations.
Well, y'all's is Alfred Blue. Like,
No, Alfred Blue's awesome.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. The one that I like.
Mm.
Like if I could have Alfred Blue tomorrow, it would be awesome. He
is a free agent.
Him and Marlon Mack together would be bonkers.
He's a free agent this year.
That would be fun. That would be fun a lot, actually. I'm interested to see where he goes.
He's gonna stay in Houston.
He's a big body.
He's gonna stay in Houston.
Really?
I think so. He's a free agent. He's gonna stay in Houston. But look at this. You got Lamar Miller, who honestly we whiffed on.
Right?
Like we gave him a lot of money, and not saying he hasn't performed, because he's performed. He's been a good running back in the NFL, but
good enough.
he's been good enough. You can say, okay, the money that we spent, compared to some contracts that people give out that they don't get even close to sniffing it. He's done that, but he's not hit the home runs we expect him to hit.
Right.
And then so you have that. Then you have Foreman, and we don't even know what's going to happen to Foreman after this injury. We have no idea. And you can't go into the season with Lamar Miller and Foreman and just hoping that Foreman's going to be okay. You can't do that. So I think they're going to keep Blue around. They've kept them around at every other time it was cut time. They've kept them around. He played well at the end of the season. I expect him to sign like a 2-year deal with some decently guaranteed money, and they'll just rock with it.
All right, I got a couple NFL free agents that I want to talk about just to expand the time a little bit. How much money Kirk Cousins getting this year?
Not what he's worth. I think we keep hearing all this stuff that he's going to overpay. They're going to overpay. I think.
I love Kirk Cousins.
I think he's going to go to a good team.
Yeah.
And take a cut.
Like a
or
Broncos.
not a cut, but yeah, I think the Jets will pay him all this money, but he'll go to the Broncos for less. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think someone's gonna get him.
Because nobody actually wants to be a Jet.
No, I think someone's gonna get him at a better price.
Like they're fully tanking. They just cut Muhammad Wilkerson today.
They cut him?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
They straight up released him. Exact. That was my reaction too.
Hey.
So Kirk Cousins, where's he going?
But he's a locker room cancer too,
Yes.
Wilkerson. So
Yes. Where's Kirk Cousins going?
I'm gonna retract on my statement from like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna end up somewhere like Denver.
Yeah, I think it's Denver.
Do I think it is Denver? Like Denver. You know who else just got in on that sweepstakes? Minnesota.
I think Teddy Bridgewater's that quarterback.
Not so sure. All 3 of those quarterbacks are hitting free agency, and if Minnesota wants to get to that next level, look at the imagine that. Imagine putting Kirk Cousins on that team. Think about it. The possibilities. Yeah. I could see it happening.
With Dalvin Cook healthy.
With Dalvin Cook healthy, with Latavius Murray, and then you got Thielen, Diggs, Treadwell's on that team too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who came on at the end of the season?
So you said Minnesota?
Somebody like Denver, Minnesota, a better team. I don't. Okay, see now I don't know about Denver because I don't know if Kirk Cousins would go with that Elway crap. I think that's what would stop him is how the organization is ran. That'd be the only thing.
Right. I still got Denver.
My thing is I just don't think he's gonna go to a Jets or something like that.
No, I think he actually wants to win.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody though? Isn't that the goal?
No, not everybody.
That should be the goal though,
Should
right?
be, not everybody.
It should definitely be the goal, but it's not. That's not how this game works.
Does Russell Wilson want to win? He won. I think he's satisfied. Cam Newton. You think Cam Newton wants to win? Honestly,
No.
nah, me neither.
Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell.
Ooh. Steelers.
Not this year.
What?
Next year.
Next year. Wait, what are you saying?
Like, they're going to tag him.
But I think he stays a Steeler.
Yeah, no, he's staying a Steeler this offseason. But in 2019, where does Le'Veon Bell go?
2019?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can answer that question. I think that's, you have to ask me after next season. Like, it just depends how, in the NFL, you don't know. I mean,
Yeah, you just never know. Like,
look at the Eagles this year. Look at them. I mean, it's crazy.
All the Eagle jokes have died. I'm pretty sad about that, actually.
Yeah, you can't make fun of them anymore.
No more Eagles jokes. What are we supposed to do?
Just make fun of us.
Or the Titans, or the Jags.
With the Browns, you can always make fun. I'm almost tired of making fun of the Browns. Like,
Yeah.
I've ran out of joke. It's not even a,
Like, at this point, I just feel bad for him.
yeah, it's not even a joke anymore. It's just pity.
Honestly. It could be so much worse, though. Like, we could be Browns fans.
Yep. We could like the taste of lead also.
Yeah, you're right. Drew Brees, where did Drew Brees end up?
He's not ending his career in New Orleans.
No, I think they've had too many differences.
Yeah. He's a free agent this year?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Jets? Is that...
It's not out of the question.
I think he goes to a big market.
I think he stays.
Wait. Giants? Do the Giants have money?
They have to have money. I mean, they don't sign anybody besides Odell.
What do you think?
I think he stays in New Orleans.
You don't... I have this crazy in my head just happened. So, who was drafted with Drew Brees?
It wasn't Eli Manning. It was Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger all came out in the same draft.
No. Who was the other quarterback with Drew Brees? This is gonna bother me now.
Yeah.
Where do you think he's gonna go?
New Orleans.
You think he's gonna stay there?
Yeah, I think he's going to stay. I don't think you can win a Super Bowl somewhere and then leave. Peyton's jackass. But we forced him out the door. That's a little different. While you're tittle-daddling, DeMarcus Lawrence. Where do you think DeMarcus Lawrence goes? DN for the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, he is good.
Yeah, he is.
He is good. He is so good. The Cowboys don't deserve a player like him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that... I don't know, honestly. I want to say... Do the Falcons have money?
I doubt it.
You think they have enough? Do you think DeMarcus Lawrence is going to get paid the big money for 1 year?
No, I think he's going to want a long-term deal.
Okay, so I think he goes to a team where he is not the only pass rusher. He's going to go to a team that has some weapons already there. And I mean, I'm thinking.
All right, so here's your top cap spaces, okay? Cleveland has 111 million, which they should. Look at those teams. Jets have 94 million. Chicago has 80. Indy has 79. Tampa Bay has 75. San Francisco 71. Houston 65.
San Francisco.
Jimmy G. Tennessee right behind y'all at 51. Minnesota 50. Rams 46. Maybe? Yeah, it is Rams. Rams 46. Cincinnati 38.
Rams.
That would be a good one, but that defense is already so stout.
Yeah.
Man, that would be even better. Washington has 34 million. And we just go down from there, basically. New Orleans has 33. We'll probably wind up...
Have you seen the Giants yet?
No. The Giants have... $25 million.
Who are they paying?
I don't know.
It's all Odell money.
Yeah, all Odell. Let's find out. Paying Eli 22, JPP 17.
Oh gosh.
Olivier Vernon 17, Janoris Jenkins 13. That's a good deal actually.
Yeah.
Janoris Jenkins, Jackrabbit. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie.
Have they paid Landon Collins yet?
No.
So they gonna.
Landon Collins making $2 million this year.
When do they got to pay Collins?
Next year.
Next year?
Pretty sure it's next year. When does Philip Dorsett get paid?
They're not getting
Never.
Drew Brees in. They don't have the money for it. I like to see him in New York though.
Let's go to the New England Patriots.
Rain on those Cowboys parade.
Yeah. Dak Prescott's one of those that goes in that mediocre class for me.
I hate Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I
He's
do too.
trash. You saw this year when Tony Romo was not on that sideline and he didn't have Tony Romo speaking into his mic after before every play. I wish this wasn't just like a voice podcast and you could see what I'm doing because, I mean, this fool, every single play, he stood there and he turned his back to the defense, looked at his receivers in his backs and told them what to do. You are in the NFL. You cannot turn your back to the defense. You're not seeing what they're doing, how they're making adjustments to you. You turn back around.
They're never going to be set up the same way.
They are not going to be at the same way. They're going to disguise things.
They're going to
And
slide.
What did he do this year?
Nothing.
He looked like trash. And honestly, that I believe that is because of Tony Romo. You saw him on the commentary this year. You saw how he dissects defense. Think about if you're that quarterback and he's talking to you before the play, telling you that same stuff. Of course you're going to succeed. You know where everything's coming from. That's my opinion about Dak Prescott. The proof was already out on the table this year. Come back next year, do what you did the first year, do better. I'll take it all back.
But it goes back to my Russell Wilson thing. You have probably a top 5 running back in the league behind you. The pass should always be open.
Yeah. And you have decent weapons. You still have Jason Witten.
Yeah, who's like Tim Duncan of the NFL.
Yeah. You have Cole Beasley. I'm avoiding the obvious name because I hate him.
What? I mean, I think that they're about to restructure Dez's deal anyway. I think they're about to front load the contract, make it more guaranteed money so that they have more cap space, basically.
I don't know if they're going to... Do you think he's going to take that?
Yeah. I don't think he has a
He
choice
already
because he's not
taking a
getting
pay cut.
he's not getting that money anywhere else.
No,
But Ben Rogers, who I respect and is on Dallas radio, said something today. If Dez goes to a New England or goes to a Green Bay, right?
How ironic would that be?
He has 12 touchdowns and 1,000 yards easy. Right?
I don't know. I just don't respect Des Bryant. I don't respect his game. I don't think it is... I think he's lost as a player. I think he's done. He'll continue to contribute here and there, but not like that on any team.
Not just on any team. He would have to have an elite quarterback there with him. Like, you know what would be phenomenal?
Des go to New Orleans with Drew Brees.
I was about to say Atlanta.
With Julio?
Julio's number 2. Monster.
Yeah?
That would be... With Taylor Gabriel?
I mean, one of them's going to be hurt at any
Yeah.
time, so, I mean, Des can be the number 1 for a minute if he wants it.
But, I mean, we can finish our free agent talk next week. I mean,
Yeah,
we
it's
really
going to
don't
spike
have,
back up,
Yeah,
too.
exactly, because then it'll be more fired up. We'll do definitely baseball predictions next week. I know we keep putting it off, but we got to find a time to have everybody on. But that's about all we got this week, guys. We'll talk to y'all next week. Later.